Welcome to your CCPS Science Review Lab. Today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about particle motion. We know that everything is made up of matter, and that matter consists of particles. Now, matter can be found in either a solid state, a liquid state, or a gas state. We've also studied the idea of plasma, but today for particle motion, we're just going to be focusing on solids, liquids, and gases, and how the particles are moving in these three images. Take half a second to pause and use your best information for describing this particle motion in each of these samples. Excellent. Now, you've probably described the motion of the particles in a solid as vibrating. We know these particles are packed together. If you touch the table that you're leaning on, you know that those particles are packed firmly together. And to look at it, it doesn't seem like those particles would be moving, but in fact they are. They are vibrating in place. So the word that we use to describe particle motion in a solid is vibrating. Once we get to a liquid, that's more of a flowy motion. Remember, those particles are evenly spaced apart, but yet they're not so spaced apart that they're going to fill their whole container, right? They're going to set down on that bottom there, and they're going to flow, much like if you kind of imagine in your mind the way a liquid flows. That's the motion that you're going to see in those particles. When we get to a gas and plasma, now you've got those particles moving all over the place. You can imagine them filling up a whole room and zipping left, right, up, down, all over. Now, let's think about how this relates to energy. Okay? The amount of energy needed to vibrate in place isn't a whole lot. It takes more energy to keep flowing around, right? And then even more energy to zip across the room. So what type of energy is going to make these changes happen? Well, that's going to be heat or thermal energy. Going from state to state, whether it be solid to liquid, liquid to gas, we are adding energy, specifically thermal or heat energy. That just makes sense. So the more heat, the more motion. And that's how we get from solid, liquid to gas. Now, there's your opportunity to show what you know. Here we see there's ice in our beaker, and we just lit a flame to the Bunsen burner underneath. Explain in your own words what's going to happen to these particles as thermal energy is added. Good luck.